So we spent the last 2 days visiting Evan and Kate here in Greenville, South Carolina, and we're leaving right now to head to Congaree National Park. So a lot of publications rate this park as the worst national park of all the national parks, and it's also one of the least visited. It only has about 100,000 visitors a year. So and they said the worst time to visit is between June and August, and it's mid-July right now. So we're going to the worst national park at the worst time, so hopefully we're gonna have a great day. We just a few days ago were in the Smoky Mountains, which is the most visited national park with over 13 million visitors a year, and it's always rated one of the top national parks. So we're going from one of the best to one of the worst. So we'll keep you updated. Well, we made it to Congaree National Park. This is the entrance sign, and so we're gonna go check this place out, see what it has to offer. Heard it's just kind of like a big swamp, but we'll see. We just took some pictures at the sign, and we're getting ready to head in, and so gonna see what this place has to offer. We've been sitting here for about 10 minutes at the entrance, and we haven't seen any other cars come in. So like I said, this is one of the most least visited. This is one of the least visited national parks. So we'll see. There's the little Winnebago right behind us.
Very odd speed limit.
Their mascot, the fox squirrel.
The fox squirrel. That's really like them here. In Indiana, we just try to get rid of as many as we possibly can.
Heading into the visitor center here at Congaree National Park. I just kind of like saying that word, Congaree. It's very, I don't know, exotic or something. Makes me think of the Congo. So we're here inside the visitor center. Erica's looking at some Congaree shirts. She says they are so soft. And here's some little animals here, and some exhibits right there. So nice little visitor center they got here. We're gonna go look for a sticker though. Big spider here. Oh yeah, that's a huge spider right there. Found another big spider web. Here's the Boardwalk trail that is just right by the visitor center. This is the entrance to it. We just started on the Boardwalk trail. It's like 2.5 mile loop through the national park and the swamp. Erica, what are your first impressions?
It's not bad. It's pretty.
Yep, not bad, pretty. Ringing endorsement.
So far, it's not terrible.
No, not terrible. And if you're tired already, we walked about 100 yards maybe. There is a huge bench area here, so you can take a break. Do you need to take a break yet?
No, I'm good.
All right, she's good, so we're gonna keep going. So along the trail, they're numbered, and they give you a little guide that tells you about everything. So number 1 is the American beech tree, and it is humongous. So that's a big beech tree. One thing I noticed is this boardwalk is in really good shape. I mean, it's very sturdy. The boards are all really solid, but it makes me wonder how often they have to change the wood here, replace boards. So I don't know, that would be kind of a tedious job, I would think. It's a great place to be walking because it's all shady. Super nice. So we're at the part of the boardwalk now where the railing is gone, and so you're just a little closer to the nature. You probably jump off if you want to. These trees are pretty big size, massive, right along the boardwalk. So very cool. Another little bench if you're tired. You can stop and take a break. We're at number 3 now. Erica was just asking what these little nubby things were that were coming up out of the ground, and it's going to tell us.
They are knees, quotation marks, that rise up from the roots of the tree. And while their function is not entirely understood, it is believed that the knees provide the tree with extra structural support during floods and high winds. These bald cypress trees can live to be over 1,000 years old.
So here's some more of those bold cypress tree knees. They're just everywhere. Yeah, and some of them come up pretty high. What was number 2? We kind of missed that one, I think. Number 2, which we missed, was just about mud. So I guess not too interesting. So now we're at number 4. Let me first start by saying we're not going to do all these. There's 20 of them, but we'll do the interesting ones. So Erica, number 4.
These are called water tupelos.
Water tupelos.
That is the swollen trunks of the tree, and the moss indicates where the water level has risen.
Ooh, that's pretty high, way above this boardwalk. So water tupelos with swollen trunks.
And flooding is natural here in Congaree.
Ooh, here is a bunch more of those bold cypress knees. Quite a few of them. So we're at number 5 now, and we came up just a little bit in elevation. And it's just due to the slight increase in elevation of only a few inches that switch cane dominates the forest. And those are these little plants. They kind of look like bamboo. They're an invasive plant in South Carolina, and it is more closely related to sugar cane. This dense growth is called a switch cane, is called a cane brake. Very interesting. We're coming up to an area now where you could actually, I guess, jump off the boardwalk and do some other trails here through the park. And we might do that here in a little bit. It's a hot day here. We're well over probably what, 95 degrees. So it's real important to stay hydrated. Yeah. And we're at number 8 now. Erica's got some good information for us.
The trees here are over 130 feet, and it is one of the largest deciduous forests in the world. And today, one of the hottest.
Sign for some more trails, the River Trail and the Oak Ridge Trail. I think we're going to do the Weston Lake Trail here in just a little bit. So Erica just said that this is a slough, and these things help disperse water throughout the floodplain. So this tree fell down with Hurricane Hugo in what, 2008?
1989.
Ooh, 1989. And it had been here, the rings show that it had been here for over 2 centuries. So, big tree, devastated by Hugo. So this tree is a eubalali, and it is 150 feet tall. Crazy. Loblolly. Loblolly? It's a loblolly, and it is huge. The trunk on this thing is massive. Say that again, what was that?
The Lolly Pine.
A yoblolly pine.
It's no yo, it's l.
Low.
Lolly.
Low blolly.
Yeah.
Do the Weston Lake Loop, and I think we're going to take this trail around this lake. So we're getting off the boardwalk now, heading into the trail area, the swamp area. Going to go underneath the boardwalk. Pretty cool.
I can tell you why this is the least liked national park. Bugs. There are bugs everywhere. Spiders, creepy crawly things. Already, I'm not impressed.
Got a lot of these big down trees, and they said most of these were down from Hurricane Hugo that came through here. So if you're one of the few people that have visited Congaree National Park, leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Also, leave a comment and tell us what your favorite national park is, and also what your least favorite is. Well, we are still going around the Weston Lake Loop, and out here in the swamp, like Erica said, it is kind of buggy, but thank goodness we haven't ran into any spider webs yet. But still, we've been chased by some flies a little bit. I don't think we've had any mosquitoes, but a bunch of flies, so we're going to keep going. So as Erica says, this area is pretty creepy. It is called a slough or a gut. And luckily they have a boardwalk over it, so we don't have to walk through it, because I definitely wouldn't be walking through that. How about you? There's one of those
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's a regular one. It's not a low.
Oh, it's not a low. That's a regular tree, but it is big. So there's Erica standing next to it. It's pretty tall though. Coming up to a fork in the road, but we're doing the Weston Lake Loop, so we're gonna head this way. And Erica, she's excited to get out of here, so she's walking kind of fast now. She said no more stopping, no more looking at anything. We're just gonna keep moving and get out of here. Another bridge over the river or slough. Not sure what this is anymore, but it's something.
Stream.
Creepy stream. Still on the Weston Lake Loop. Trail's gotten a little wider. We just passed some people. First people we've seen on this trail. This loop is, I guess, a little over 3 miles or 3 miles. I don't know, right around there. So hopefully, I think we're well over halfway done, but hopefully we're getting close to the end because it is getting hot. This is a loblolly that has fallen down, and it is pretty massive. It goes all the way down there across that river. Still walking. How much farther do you think you can go?
Hoping to the end.
Yeah, we gotta make it to the end, I guess.
It is like an oven out.
It's an oven. It's hot. Erica hasn't let me stop and drink any water yet, although she's had some. She said we gotta just keep pushing on. She doesn't want to stop, so then the bugs start flying all over her. We just saw a couple raccoons up here, and they did not look like they liked us. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them, but they're walking right down through there in that brush. They're looking at us. There they go. What's that? Yeah, Erica did not like those raccoons, so she kind of took off. Just as a side note, we've caught 3 raccoons in Erica's garden in the last 2 weeks. But those raccoons look like they were a little bit bigger than the ones we caught. There's a bunch of canoes down here. I think they do canoe trips, but the water's too low right now to do those, and so we weren't able to do a canoe trip today. And then the river, or I'm guessing it's the river, it's right over there. There's a little boardwalk over the river too. It's another sign. We're gonna head back to the visitor center, so we're gonna go this way. You can do some longer hikes here in the park too, like the River Trail and Oak Ridge Trail. And those just keep going over here across this bridge, but it's too hot to do those today. So we're heading back to the visitor center. We're gonna follow the Sims Trail out of here. I don't know if you can see it, but up here we got a bird in the path. Looks lost. It looks like a water bird, but it's not close to the water. Like Erica said a while ago, what were you saying about the heat?
It's hot, but it's not as hot as it would be if the sun was beating down. So we're covered by the canopy, so it's not terrible. But okay.
I'm still sweating a little bit, but it could be way hotter, and it could be getting burnt. But in the shade, I don't think we're gonna get burnt. We might have a few bites from flies, but I don't think no sunburn. It's blown a couple times, but it doesn't go very far. All right, we're finishing up the Weston Lake Loop Trail. Ooh, I've walked 3.9 miles. Erica, it says 3.7. But we've done the same thing, so I don't know what's going on there. But we're getting ready to get back on the boardwalk. So we're off this swampy trail. This is number 12 on the boardwalk, Weston Lake. This is what we already walked around. We did the Weston Lake Loop. What in the world was that? Something just went into the water over there. Made a huge noise. I don't know. And a lot of ripples down there too. We haven't gotten it on video yet, but what made that huge noise getting into the water was a humongous gator. And if it comes this way, we'll try to get a little video of it. There's some turtles down below us in the water, and there's one on that. Yeah, they're off in the distance. You can kind of see it as that gator. It's just swimming across the lake. So I'll probably have to zoom that in to see it, but it is pretty big. All right, we're back to the part of the boardwalk where they have the railings. We're off the part where you can just jump in and get in the swamp. So this one's a little bit more protected. Heading back to the visitor center now. So those plants down there are dwarf palmettos, and it's what South Carolina is named after, the palmetto state. So here is a bunch of those palmettos now. Apparently they are a super hardy plant. They can withstand freezing, and so pretty tough. Yeah, out there in the distance is a little iron box. So there it is. We'll have Erica tell us a little bit about it.
Apparently in the Prohibition era in the 1900s, moonshiners would come here and make their their illegal moonshine through the iron stills, is what they called them. And they would produce their alcohol here in the forest.
Ooh, because not many people came here, and it was a great way to hide. And the canopy of these trees would keep all the smoke and everything in, I guess, so people couldn't find them. Pretty interesting little racy history here at Congaree National Park. Ooh, Erica just saw a lizard and jumped. Erica, as we finish up our trip here to Congaree National Park, any recommendations that you would give people?
Come on a cooler day, and I would suggest coming in the spring, because I think it probably would be pretty with the swamp, all the water up where you're walking on the boardwalks. I think it was dry, there was no water. Bonus was there was no mosquitoes, really. Kind of bugs, but not mosquitoes. So.
And the visitor center, they have a mosquito meter.
Yes, and today was all clear.
Yeah, so it was good. And the other thing I would say though is to bring bug spray. You might need it. We used it, but we may have not needed it too much today. But definitely bring bug spray, and bring water. Bring a lot of water, and stay hydrated. Heading back to the Bago in Congaree National Park. Bago looks good there with all those trees, pines in the background. So Congaree National Park is close to the town of Columbia, South Carolina, which is the home to the University of South Carolina, and so I had to stop and take some pictures at their football stadium. We're at Shanty KOA. It's just a journey, so don't get too excited. But that is our Winnebago, right by Shanty Lake. Huge lake in South Carolina. Santee?
S-A-N-T-E.
Oh, S-A-N-T-E. I didn't know we were gonna have a spelling bee, but it's called Santee, like Santa, but Santee. We finished our day sitting by Santee Lake, watching the sunset. If you've liked these videos, please hit that subscribe button. We truly appreciate it. We are on a push to try to get 1,000 subscribers, and we hope to have you as one of those.